Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astrogat, Mysore. So today we will discuss on Jupiter's transit for the year 2023. So now that Jupiter has entered into Aries, so we'll discuss about its transit in a little detailed fashion because last year I couldn't do that detailed transit for Jupiter. I would be doing mostly detailed transit for Saturn also. So here we will be using the concept of Veda. So when we are doing transit, usually Veda concept is used, but here I will be showing you the relative Vedas and what is Graha Veda, Rashi Veda. I'll be doing only Rashi Veda today. But as on date, for today's video, Veda is not applicable because it is Jupiter transiting in the first house. Because for the first house, Jupiter does not have any Veda. So what is a Veda? Veda means a planet which will come and obstruct the results, whether it is good or bad, of Jupiter. So whether if it is giving bad results, if let us say a planet is a malefic planet and it is trying to give bad results, and if a particular planet is placed in a particular house, that is what is the Veda. We will know if it is in second, then the 12th, if it is in a different house, then you will have another house. So you have different Veda points there. That Veda we will discuss in the next class in detail. So when a planet is sitting in a particular position, then the Jupiter's transit will be interrupted by the planetary Veda. But if the planet is having mutual aspect and if it is a friend, we'll discuss about all that in the coming class. So anyway, these 12 videos will be done and then posted together. So you will understand all the transit for all the 12 Rashis, all the 12 signs. So now Jupiter is at 3 degrees in Aries with Rahu at somewhere I think it's at 11 degrees in Aries, and Saturn is at in 11 degrees. I think Saturn is at 11 degrees in Aquarius, and Rahu I think is 7 degrees in Aries. So 3, 7 and 11. So this transit of Rahu, which is usually anti-clockwise, it is coming towards. I have done already a video on the conflict of Jupiter and Rahu. That is actually something like we call that an explosion. Jupiter coming from this side, Rahu coming from that side, both meet and then go. It doesn't mean that they meet in the same point. They are at different distances, but from Earth, the perspective is that they meet at the same point. So, what actually happens, we have all discussed about it in detail. There is a video, I'll post it in my, at the end, you can take that link and you can see that video. But today, the transit of Jupiter for Aries. So, we know that Jupiter is here in Aries. This is a South Indian chart. I cannot accommodate 2 charts here. It will become very small. So, Jupiter is in Aries. We have Saturn in Aquarius, Rahu in Aries, and other planets are here. We are taking major transits of Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Why? Because they are slow moving planets. There are many other planets like Sun is here, and May 15th it will go to Taurus, and from there every 30 days it keeps transiting. So Mars and Venus, they are also fast moving planets. They keep transiting in the clockwise motion, and also they become anti-clockwise when they become retrograde. So as on date, Jupiter in Aries, for Aries, is sitting in its first house. So now the major point here is whether we should see the transit from Moon or Ascendant. I am taking it from the Rashi. Okay, I am taking it from the Rashi. If your ascendant is there, the results which are pertaining to the physical level are applicable. If Moon is in Aries, the results pertaining to the emotional level is applicable. All the results are applicable. And if Sun is there in Aries, in the don't go to the Western astrology of birth date and I am born on so and so date, so I am an Aryan. No, I am not talking about sun signs. I am talking about Vedic astrology. And in your birth chart, if you are having sun in Aries as it is here, then the results pertaining to confidence, weakness of health, bones, anemic, all these things will also be applicable. So you cannot take a prediction directly only from the ascendant or directly only from moon. You need to take a wholesome predictive technique of moon. That is what we call as the body, mind and the soul. That is ascendant, moon and sun all put together. So here let us go ahead for Aries. So this was just a preamble. So for Aries, Jupiter is the ninth and the 12th lord, and it is a partial yoga karaka. We will not call it a 100% yoga karaka. Why? Because it is also the 12th lord. But partial, but more towards being a positive yoga karaka. Why? Because it has the Mula Trikona Sthana of Jupiter falls in Sagittarius. So, Jupiter having two houses will act more like the ninth lord when it is sitting in the ascendant, or if it is sitting in Aries for the Aries sign. But does the transit of Jupiter, see, when it is in the natal chart, it is different, entirely different. But whether the transit of Jupiter over Aries is good, because it is the first house now, being the ascendant in Aries or moon in Aries. So it is the first house. So if it is the first house and the first transit of Jupiter, what results we will get? So here what actually is happening is it aspects the 5th, 7th and the 9th houses. We all know that Jupiter has three major aspects, special aspects. It aspects the 5th, that is Leo, 7th, Libra and 9th, Sagittarius, and all these houses will get benefic results. Why? The aspect of Jupiter is benefic. The placement of Jupiter makes it tiresome. You will be very, very tired. I'll tell you why it happens. Lot of obstacles and hurdles throughout 2023 are till Jupiter is there in Aries. So 2023 doesn't mean that it is going to finish on 31st of December. So please check when Aries is going to exit. When Jupiter is going to exit Aries. So that is the period. It might be approximately 11 months to 13 months. So on an average, we call it as 1 year transit. The native will be dissatisfied, lack of interest, satisfaction. He will not feel content. He will feel like changing jobs. He will feel like, getting stagnant in a particular place, feeling suffocated. He will lose that intellectual capability of understanding the situation of wherever he is in. So he will be stressed, argumentative. So, a person who is stressed and argumentative, what result he will get in his office? Dire results. Even in family life, do not unnecessarily, people who are having Jupiter transit in Aries, and if it is your Lagna, please do not unnecessarily use your brain, wisdom and great intelligence in married life. You are going to get it very badly this year. So please try to be as cool and silent as possible. Silence will save you. So should avoid groupism, should avoid unnecessarily building negative teams against others in offices. This will have a very strong negative effect. And that is like we do, corporate politics, what is called. Don't do it. It's not a good time. You will get involved. You will unnecessarily go through humiliation, and because things will go against you, unnecessary inquiries. Suddenly you will have to leave that place because you will feel that you were targeted, but actually without knowing you will have got involved. So humiliation, disrespect, defamation. This first house Jupiter's transit for any Rashi or Lagna is going to be stressful. It is not a positive transit, it is a negative transit. what to do. Whenever we do transit of Jupiter, we'll have to start with the negative only. That is because it starts with the first house. So we need to be careful because of wasteful expenses, particularly related to the health, because it is the 12th lord, and wasteful travel because it is the 9th lord. Okay, people looking for alliances for marriage, they will get very good alliances. They can get married, no doubt, but it's better if you start looking for alliances after first week of July. And why is this? Because Rahu will slowly go out of Aries and start getting into Pisces. So Jupiter will be somewhere in the middle of, at least somewhere at around 10 to 11 degrees in Aries. It will be very, profitable position if you think and take advice and manage yourself. So though little stressful, it's a good time for students for studies, because Jupiter in Lagna gives the capability of memory. It gives good memory, so you can grasp things and keep them inside. You will have to put a little more effort, but it will give you. So people having difficulty in marital relationship will see a positive development after June 2023. And if there is a difficulty in communication, reconciliation is seen. So anyway, I told about wasteful and unsuccessful journeys, and that happens because of the Jupiter. The fact being, it is the 9th lord. So the placement of Jupiter and its transit in Aries is somewhat, it gives more than mixed results. I will tell, it will give stressful results. It is not negative. Luckily, it will not take away things from you. You will unnecessarily get into stress and you will give away things. So don't do that. Try to keep your cool. Things will remain intact. So thank you very much for today's class.